if you would like to witness the heart of Egypt, only a few occasions that could reflect this sense. One of them is Sham al-Nasim. To know more about this occasion, what does it reflect in terms of the Egyptian legacy, I'm delighted to interview my very dear guest, Dr. Shaimaa Al-Fayad, tourism expert and tour guide. Good afternoon, Dr. Shaimaa.
Good afternoon.
First of all, I would like to know more about Sham al-Nasim, this occasion that we only know a few things about, only the salted fish and the onion rings. Yes. So I'd like to know more about the symbol of this occasion.
Yeah. First, Shaimaa, the name of the day of the spring or the spring season, by the way. Okay. About the symbol for flowers and eggs and fish, or the salted fish exactly, it's just sign for the eternal life. Okay. Or another idea for the people during the pharaonic period. It's just like for the restoration and the immortality.
Okay.
Okay. So it just use the whole that stuff or the whole this stuff, especially for that day. By the way, most of the people like today or the recent day. By the way, it just went to the river Nile, celebrated together, and it just colored the eggs with the lovely colors, especially blue colors, because most of the people during that time it just used that color, especially the turquoise color, to protect them from the evil eye or demon eyes or bad eyes. By the way,
yes.
And whole with the natural colors from the mountains during that time. And also just collected the flowers, especially the jasmine flower.
Jasmine flower.
Yeah.
Why in particular the jasmine flower?
Because it just after that it just taken the essences.
Okay.
It just for the another thing to cleaning and clear the temples before they worshipped to the god Ra, and especially for Shaimaa or Sham al-Nasim also, by the way.
I admire it so much that here we're talking about a season, not a day. So what does that reflect in terms of the legacy of Egypt, of all the Egyptians, of course?
You mean our days or the recent time? It's the same, by the way. Like if you know, or the most of the people know the movie star Ahmed Helmi with a famous movie called Asal Aswad.
Yes, the black honey.
It just celebrated together into the river Nile, try the salted fish with onion and everything. Also the same like the Pharaonic traditions, by the way. It's the same.
From your expertise, when tourists come to Egypt and when they attend this, the celebrations of Egyptians in this very special day, Sham al-Nasim, do you witness them enjoying the day, or do they always include it in their program when they visit Egypt, or what reactions do you witness?
No, I just know some kind of like a knowledge only for them.
Okay.
Just like kind of knowledge, like a Byron, like the Grand Feast. It's just to know the knowledge only.
Okay.
But if they wanna try, the colon will be explode.
Yes, because they're not used to it. Okay.
Yeah.
So also many occasions in Egypt are celebrated differently in different areas in the country. So regarding Sham al-Nasim, how is it celebrated in different parts of Egypt? Is there any differences when it comes to the celebration?
No, I think the whole, it's the same together, by the way. Like us, like the Muslims with the Christians, it's the same, but it's just different for the religious. Most of the Christians, they just going to the church, praying, maybe just try to buy kind of flowers and do some kind of design them home or houses with a palm trees or some kind of the palm, something like this. But for us, it just try to bring in some kind of salted fish.
So did celebrations of this special day evolve over time, or also regarding the time aspect, it is also the same since the ancient timings until now?
No, it's the same. Same. As I told you before, most of the people are just going to the river Nile, because that most of the gardens, especially into the river Nile, it's just that people go with their families, friends, relatives, go together to celebrating, especially in whole that day.
Okay. How do you comment on the representation of Sham al-Nasim in media, in art, in films, and in series? Do you think it is fair enough, or do you think it could be represented differently to reflect more the Egyptian legacy?
Yeah, like I told you before, like the movie star Ahmed Helmi just doing the kind of that way into Asal Aswad. And another one is just a famous movie for Suad Hosni and Hussein Fahmy.
Yes.
but I can't remember the
Yes,
movie.
yes, it's okay.
Yeah, but it's just a famous song, Dunya Rabia. It's just
yes.
kind for sign for especially that day, by
Yes,
the way.
of course. So regarding the traditions also of celebrating Sham el-Nessim, is there any forgotten traditions that you think should be revived again and we can present them to our dear audience?
No, but most of the families they try to wearing in a kind of dress or garment with the flowers, and the kids also. It's just like a sign for also the pharaonic traditions, because
Yes.
most of the people they just collected the flowers, but nowadays the people they just try to dress themselves with the flowers,
Yes.
especially for kids, by the way.
I realized in this interview that when asking you about any differences between the celebrations all over the country or even in the timing aspect, you always answer that there's no difference and mostly we celebrated the same way, and even the time aspect is not making any difference. So
Yeah,
this also
yeah.
reflects how Egyptians could maintain the same legacy all over the time. How Egyptians were able to do this? To keep the same celebrations and the same traditions and do not change it ever and do not evolve.
Yeah.
How were we able to do this and to
It's
not
the same.
change?
Yeah, it's the same. Like they do the most of the thing from the pharaonic period, like they use with the recent time a blue turquoise color for something like sign for protections,
Yes.
or the eye sign for protections. It's the same.
I
by
mean
the
that
way.
sometimes we have traditions that have changed over time, but in
I
this
don't know,
regard
but
we
it's
didn't
just
change.
maybe the people are just stuck with the whole
Yes.
symbols like this until now. By the
What
way.
does that reflect regarding the Egyptian identity, that we always stick to our history and we always celebrate the same way and we
Maybe
do not change?
yeah, maybe they not wanna change.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just stuck like this way.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. I would like to thank you so much, Dr. Shaimaa Fayad, the tourism expert
You are
and the tour
welcome,
guide.
and
Thank you
happy
for being
Spring
here on
Day.
our cruise show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.